Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. At least we got a nice warm up today and maybe giving you the idea of spring. Weather in 5 brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, 631-756-1125. Website is omnitruevalue.com, and they've got everything you need to get your yard in top shape for the spring: mulch, topsoil, gravel, and more. So give them a call, 631-756-1125. And also brought to you by Wholesale Holiday Lighting by Giannini at 162 Ocean Avenue in Lindenhurst, 631-957-5106. And the website is liholidaylighting.com, your complete holiday lighting specialist, meeting all your decorating needs. Or maybe you want to become a decorator for Christmas. Give them a call, 631-957-5106. So a bit of a change today as we enjoyed a good deal of sunshine here, and we've got some clouds up in upstate New York. What's not moving and looks like clouds in Pennsylvania and in parts of upstate New York is the dwindling snow cover. So that's one thing that gets accomplished through all of this. Lack of new snow, the strengthening March sun, and some decent weather, and you can get rid of what's left and melt down those piles in the parking lot. There's a storm that's off the southeast coast. You can actually see the swirl on the visible satellite loop. That is moving out to the east. You can see those clouds are pretty much streaming from west to east, and you can thank a big block up in the North Atlantic that is suppressing everything to the south and keeping things relatively storm-free. We do have a cold front that's producing a few clouds up in the northern Great Lakes, and that is dropping southeastward. Now, it's going to bring some chilly air back in here beginning Thursday and settling in for Friday, Saturday into Sunday, but it's not going to be anywhere near as harsh as what it was yesterday. Radar across the U.S. is actually pretty quiet, just about everywhere, seeing a little bit of rain in parts of Southern California along the coast, and some echoes being picked up offshore, and a few scattered snow echoes in and around the Great Lakes. Otherwise, it's quiet from coast to coast, and again, that strong block is having a big say in keeping things quiet, at least in the eastern half of the U.S. So we made it up into the upper 40s to mid 50s today. Here's our cold front on the surface map later earlier this afternoon at 1 o'clock. Moving southeast from northern Michigan and Wisconsin. It's going to pass through tonight with little fanfare other than turning the winds from west to more of a northwest and northerly direction. And again, we're going to start to see that chilly air come back in. Take a look at WPC's rainfall forecast map, or liquid precipitation forecast map, for the next 7 days. And for much of the Northeast, the Mid-Atlantic states, and back into parts of Tennessee and Ohio Valley, little or no precipitation is forecast. Seeing much more activity out in the west with a couple of inches of rain in parts of Southern California. And also as you go up into Northern California and up the west coast, on the west side of the Cascades, you are seeing a considerable amount of rainfall. Some scattered precip up in the northern plains, also in the southern plains and down in parts of the Gulf states and southeast. We have another wave that's going to move through at the end of the week, but that wave is not going to be doing very much. So just to take a look at the upper air really quick, I just want to show you here. Here's the blocking high that has developed from Iceland to Greenland, and it's trapped an upper low just east of Newfoundland. And you have this short wave here, again, getting suppressed well to the south. You've got another system coming into California that is moving eastward. And because the block is so strong that this upper low, instead of moving out further to the east, you'll notice that there's another one out north of the Azores. Well, instead of moving east, it's actually going to rotate around back into eastern Canada and New England. And you see it there. It lifts up northwest and north and then turns west and then moves southwest as we move through the end of the week and into the weekend. So this southern system that comes into California, well, it can't move up the coast. It can't even make a turn. It goes so far south. It forms in the Gulf of Mexico and crosses Florida and then heads out into the open waters of the Atlantic. In the meantime, though, we've got this cold flow coming down out of Canada. Again, not nearly as harsh as what we experience, But once this trough pulls out and starts to pull out on Sunday, we are going to be able to warm things up for the first half of next week. Now the winds in the upper atmosphere turn more west and west-southwest. Little ridge there builds up in the eastern part of the United States. And I think we could see 50s and 60s out of this before the next cold front comes through. And that'll probably be sometime on Thursday that goes by. After that, most of the action remains in the western half of the United States. We do continue to see systems coming in. I'll just roll it back here, and you can see these strong upper air systems with their associated surface storms coming in, and they'll be producing some significant amounts of precip from time to time. But here in the east, it's going to be a real tough sell, because after that cold front goes by, guess what? The ridge pops right back up, and that means warmer temperatures again. So we may have to wait until we may actually carry this right through the middle part of the month. Models are starting to show some idea of a change after mid-month and bringing more troughing into the eastern United States and more ridging to the west. If this were to verify, this shows a colder look going forward in the long range. But whether that means anything, because at this point now we're at St. Joseph's Day, March 19th. So there's not a whole lot of time left. You get to a point as far as snow is concerned, you have to have an almost perfect setup for it to happen. So just real quick, I'll run through the surface maps here, and you can take a look at what you can expect in the coming days. And really, it's just going to be pretty much precipitation free. Just give another moment there. There they go. So here comes the next high for Thursday into Friday into the east. See that little area of rain there in the Gulf states? That's that suppressed low for Friday night and Saturday night that moves over Florida and then heads out east-northeast from there. Your high moves offshore. We'll start the warm-up. It probably we'll warm up some on Monday, but there's a warm front that goes by to our north. So Tuesday and Wednesday, I think, are the 2 days that we could see temperatures in the 50s and 60s. And then here's your next cold front with your next chance of rain. And again, that would be sometime maybe on Thursday. So, you know what? Enjoy the storm-free weather. That's pretty much the best way to approach all this. Weather in 5, brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon. To get your yard in a tip-top top shape for spring, 631-756-1125. The website is omnitruevalue.com. And Wholesale Holiday Lighting by Giannini at 162 Ocean Avenue, your complete holiday lighting specialist. Whether you want your whole house decorated or you want to become a decorator, 631-957-5106, and the website is liholidaylighting.com. No Joe and Joe show tonight. Joe has a library appearance, and if you go on his Facebook page, you can check out where that is and get any kind of information so that you could watch it on Zoom. So that's Joe Rayo Weather, and Joe and I will be back tomorrow night with the Joe and Joe Weather Show. So enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you later.